Hiya at Travel Culture, thank you for joining us again. Every 3rd June every year we celebrate the Uganda martyrs. Earlier we started at the Anglican Church for prayers before now heading to the Catholic side for prayers. It's quite a little bit of a long walk between both martyrs' churches, but a walkable distance. And with how packed it is on the celebration, the distance is hardly felt moving along with the pilgrims. This day is important for almost every Christian. Why? It is because between 1885 to 1887 young men who converted to Christianity were murdered, killed in various ways, as we shall poignantly see ahead. So stick around until the end. This year marked the 60th Catholic canonization, and the President of Uganda was invited to celebrate along with the pilgrims. Therefore, due to tight security, hardly people were allowed to enter inside the Catholic grounds on the actual day unless one arrived the evening before or very early before 9 hours. Therefore, our arrival hours did not allow us entry, but we found the sermon that we heard from behind these bars and later the President's speech that was hard to follow given the crowds. Here we see people pushing out to go out from one of the gates where we are waiting. The security occasionally allows a few people to go up to reduce the crowding inside, but it's a big push, and one has to be careful to avoid stamping or collapsing. Now us who are outside are not allowed to enter all, until probably the President leaves, and that will be unfortunately the end. We won't be able to see the priests. It hardly like this only when the President joins. It's this other unfortunate bit that when the President is at a function, all networks of the area, including the internet, kind of go off. Communication is pretty hard. Finally, the President left and the gates were now opened for everyone to enter. We can go in to explore. This building right ahead is the Uganda Martyrs Catholic Basilica, shrine dedicated to the 22 Catholic converted men killed of the 45 Christians that converted. The other 23 were Anglican, dedicated to the Uganda Martyrs Anglican side we went to earlier. Later on we shall enter to see the inside of this beautiful building based on the African Hutu architecture with its groundbreaking construction between 1965 and 1968. We are going to explore around the whole area, moving between the crowds and hopefully come out to the end. Oh, the Tanzanians draped in their national flag scarves just passed us back there. People come across Africa and the world. I came here to meet someone too. For over the last many decades, my grandfather travels over 80 kilometers every year to attend this event. He has only missed 2020, and we all know the whole world was closed down due to COVID-19. For the past decade, my granddie has also been requesting me to join him. I kept promising one day. Since I was near the vicinity this year, I was like, Grandpa, it's perfect timing, we can meet up. He was super excited, well, both of us. Upon arrival I called his cell phone, it kept not going through. I got frustrated, then other pilgrims told me of the situation. The network is off. The President is around. Until that point I had no idea the President was attending. It now made sense with the network and internet issues. They would stabilize hours after the bus had left base. But that also meant my big man would be tired and already headed home. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, I missed out meeting up with my grandfather at one of his most celebrated events of life. But twice is a charm. Next year we can all meet him. Well, if we have enough subscribers, we could go alive. What do you think? Ha 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 ha. Alright, now, let's join with crowd and move around these holy premises. Now, one of the most important aspects why people attend this event is to fetch the holy water from this place. It's believed to be a blessing that takes them throughout the year until they return. However, it's very difficult to get this water today, as we saw crowds earlier at the front fighting. So small crowds will try to get the water from behind here. After all, it's the same water flow. Warning: the monuments may reflect disturbing imagery. At this point, we start the journey through the 22 martyrs that were murdered for accepting Christianity. These martyrs were killed in different ways, such as one left to be eaten by wild dogs, others speared, another the head was cut off, hanged, etc. There are placards we captured aside in some cases to fully read through, please.
Lost national ID.
Mazene ntuka temusagaasagana mujemba kube.
Kyabwere. is looking for another group who is earning. Now they are leaving you. We are now sick. We go. Venance Nyanda from Ajuma via Harry, and they see you so that you can go. Foster Eva or Ava. Okay, Foster Avarukongiri, Amosi Nemorini, Bapunonya, Muche, when we're looking for her sister, Sedera Wabe, who got lost at 8 a.m. Now, worry via J. Banava Kulinzi. You came with from Kokonjeru. You paid your money from Kokonjeru. Hurry up. I'm reading these ones as I'm waiting. Agabi. Amos and Regina from the choir is Mary Obomba, Chirianda District, Joyce Omito. I don't know what this one wanted to mean. This one is looking for St. Peter's in Zambia. Mama Chikundu from Masanafu. Go where you live. Grandmother is looking for you, and is just even come to the choir. Is waiting at the gate. I don't know, waiting for what. The boy you came with from it. Leonardo T. Joseph from Jesus Seminary, Tizen, Namazira Susani, Vietnam. So that you can see.
Nebo jika suka iwan baje amina mama
Azmaeleza muzirete muziteko mbukisa
abale wa mama Maria muri banji kajyamo mukakoze wabalala chasi nawo
Oba baba na pizza. So you should hurry and we go.
The basilica is indeed beautiful inside going all round. Its construction design is based on the African grass-thatched house architecture design that goes all rounded inside out. This building is dedicated to the Uganda martyrs of Catholic origin. The basilica was built in Namagogo, where most of the martyrs were burned to death, after also some being baptized here before dying en route. Before the monuments we saw earlier were built, the figures of the murdered martyrs hang around the walls of the basilica, and we can still see them moving around the walls. This also includes the saints. The center area is also a special area of prayers and blessings, where people leave their things to be blessed.
Suranga is not. Yes. That's the activity.
Alright, this is like almost the place where we started. Moving from this end basilica going all the way down to where the mass was being conducted. Then we dived into where the holy water is fetched jumping fences. We then got closer to the worshipping area before going behind where more groups are fetching water. Thereafter we began exploring some of the monuments of the martyrs and how they were killed. We then visited the Queen Mary of Martyrs site to then enter the beautiful basilica exploration and exit out to the martyrs baptism area. That's the summary of our 3rd June celebration 2024 as we leave Namagogo and head out with the pilgrims to go home. Hope you learned a little bit of history here. It should be noted also some Muslims were killed and we can visit the area in future when officialized. Also some martyrs were women who were tortured and died from their injuries at home. It should be noted martyrs were of different tribes and origins. For example, we have those from northern Uganda celebrated every October at a place locally called Pamol, meaning heaven on earth. Let's visit there this October, but first let's head home for a rest. But first explore the local markets with us before quenching our thirst with a watermelon. It's been a pleasure. God bless. Smiles.
Sacrifice and that you